Today is August 4th, 2015, and we're looking at the Northeast Pacific Rainbow Color Infrared Loop. And Hurricane Guillermo, or rather Tropical Storm Guillermo, is now packing 70-mile-per-hour winds as it moves over the north side of the islands. And let's go ahead and take a look at this in the water vapor loop. And there are a few things happening here. We have also a spinning low right off just due south of Cabo San Lucas, the tip of Baja, which is being hit with a transmitter. We'll get to see that up close here in a second. And also all this moisture flow off of this hurricane is moving right up into California. And there is a new low pressure system spinning right here just north of San Francisco area. It's starting to spin counterclockwise. That's low pressure, and this is that old low that has been being reported on the news as something that might bring some rain. So this is old news. It never was any kind of real news to begin with. It's just it's a low pressure that was squashed out days ago, and up here we can see that this has been squashed. We were looking at this a couple of days ago and talking about how this would look the same as this guy in about 2 days. And what do we see? This has been killed off. And this one here, we had 5 of these spinning yesterday. I think I see maybe 3 or 4 possibly left over. All right, let's go on and move to the, this is Hawaii, and this is Guillermo. It's being hit by a transmitter. We can see this in the this is the infrared loop. There are some well, we can't really see it too well there. Let's go to the daylight mode. There are some rings moving off at the center of this the core of this storm right here, and that is being attacked. The storm is being throttled back. It's maintaining a 70-mile-per-hour wind, and it doesn't really present a real threat to Hawaii. It's moving along across the north end of the islands, a few hundred miles offshore. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the, this is the one right here. This is a spinning low that is not even indicated on the National Hurricane Center maps. There is a disturbance indicated, but it's indicated out here with an 80% chance of a hurricane development in 2 days. Let's go ahead and look at that right now. And here it is, marked 70% chance. Okay, and that is indicated far to the west of Baja, whereas the spinning low pressure is right down where the mouse pointer is. So let's go back and take another look at that in the water vapor mode and find out what's going on here. They are hitting this with a transmitter to squash out this rotation. This is a very large center of rotation, and it would be a hellacious storm if they were going to allow it to spin up into a big storm. So let's go ahead and look at this again in the rainbow infrared loop, and you can see some rotation here. But the real teller, the telltale sign, is the, you see that ring right there? That blast ring, that is a HARP transmitter. It has just blasted this whole thing to pieces right here, right there. So I'll get the pin out of the way you can see it. That is a HARP ring, a blast ring, whatever you want to call it. And that is how they blast these storms apart so that they won't deliver rain and all the rest of it. So let's go back to the water vapor loop, and we can see some residual steam after this thing is blown apart. That little storm right there just implodes where the pin is, and we're left with a lot of steam in this area where they hit that, and they will continue to hit this until there's no rotation left. This is not even indicated on the map, and yet they're showing something happening over here which, this is just thunderstorms. I don't see anything really important about what's happening here except intense thunderstorm activity. So anyhow, that's pretty much it. Today in Los Angeles, we had clear skies except for the western skies offshore. We're all laced with chemical aerosol, chemtrails. Today we had a higher barometric pressure of 30.03. And remember, we're near about 2,000 feet here in the foothill areas, so the pressure is always going to read a little bit lower. But the trend is that today's pressure was higher than yesterday's, which was 30.00 yesterday. Day before that was 29.98. So the pressure is rising. We're on a rising trend, and that's usually the situation when we have a threat of rain. Now let's go back and look at the northeast water vapor loop and look at this rain that's moving, this path of rain that's coming in over the central California area. Yesterday it was coming in over LA. We had just a sky just full of chemtrails all day long, and that prevented the rain, which is what all of this is. This is all rain. They've got jets out here spraying, doing crisscross patterns all over this to prevent rainfall in California. I can assure you of that. We can go and look at another satellite, the SSEC map. We could pull that up and take a look here in a minute. But every time we have a threat of rain, they are spraying our skies, and that coupled with the transmitters out here and then over in Hawaii, you're killing these hurricanes off. A killer hurricane, you don't want that to hurt people, so you can kill it off. That's one thing. But when we have rain moving into California, there's just no reason at all to spray the skies and to make a mess of the skies with these chemicals, which are poisonous, and prevent the rain. So I hope everybody can share this video and spread the word around what's going on. Those chemtrail aerosols are sprayed around 40,000 to 45,000 feet, some even higher than that. And they cause a capping inversion layer that will not allow convection of the storm cells that they're sprayed over, and the rain will not happen. What happens is the storm clouds they dissipate, they evaporate, and that's what happens. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and post this, and we'll do another one of these tomorrow.